You're live.
It's just not working.
Girl, you bad, I need everyone to see you. Go ahead, go and flex on all these people. Girl, you bad, I need everyone to see you. Go ahead, go and flex on all these people.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tune in. Come on. We are live today.
Live. All the way live.
All the way live. So yeah, it is Thursday, July 2nd at 6:30. You already know where to be. I'm your host, Shreen Colson of Beyond. I'm sorry, what's all of that noise?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Nothing.
I am your host. So we are, when you come into the room, say, hi, good evening. How are you? We're going to share. I need to share. Let me go share. If you're on social media, share. Let me go on my own and share. Share. We are live. Share. Share now. Okay.
Yeah, I wrote on there when they come on, they can name they can write in the comments their city and
Okay.
their state.
Oh, right. Right. Their city and state.
Well, their state. They're
Like what?
Where they're at. You want to give us a shout out? It's in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, good show.
Yeah, good show. So last week, how was last week?
I have to give myself a hand, probably.
You have to give yourself a hand? You were my special guest last week. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was, and it was great.
Hello.
It was good. It was fun.
Hurt my back.
It was fun. You allowed me on your show.
I thank you for being a special guest on my show.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about what? Love, grace, and growth.
Yes.
And relationship goals.
Yes.
Be your own relationship goals.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you get any feedback from that? Because I did.
Yeah. I did too.
Got a little feedback.
I got some calls. Got some.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody called you about it?
I mean, they all talk about. Everyone talks about the show after the show is over the next day. So
yeah,
it's a good thing. Yeah, but it's
what
all
they
positive.
say?
It's all positive. But I said it was great. I mean, everyone enjoyed the show.
They did
last week. Yeah. So if you guys did tune in last week, or if you didn't, it says you guys can share it out.
Yeah, you can go back and watch it. We were a little transparent in our relationship about
we talked about our lives,
ups and downs
of marriage,
the positives.
We both been married two different. We were married previously, so for
Correct.
like 10, 12 years, and then now for like 17 years. So we have like a total of like 30 years of experience. So we shared a little bit of that, and you know what I mean. And
30 years.
Yeah, we got some time in. You know what I mean.
I love that you include both marriages as time in.
Yeah, because
you don't say it's just this marriage.
Exactly, because we learned from both marriages.
Yes.
You were married previously. I was married previously. And that's where we're at today.
Yes,
and it's and people
we're
can
learn
learn
this marriage.
Yeah, so we didn't just pop on the scene. We got a little bit of experience here to help somebody through something, somewhere, somehow.
So yeah,
someday. So pop on in, come on in. We're gonna wait a little bit. We have an exciting show today. This is not my show. This is your show. So
listen, give you a little and not yes, but thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. What I've been up to. Did you guys get to see the Empire State? What did they do? They climbed the Empire State Building, right?
Craziness.
So apparently they're like daredevils. So that's what they do.
They're not daredevils. I think that
they're climbers.
Yeah, they're climbers.
So they climb all of these buildings all the time. That's
Mhm.
what that's their thing. Like it's a husband. They're not husband and wife, but they're in a relationship. Are they from like I don't know where are they from?
I don't know.
They speak very little English though.
They're Russian.
Russian. There
Yes.
we go.
Yeah.
So they're from Russia.
Yes.
And they climbed the Empire State Building. And I don't think people knew they were up there until when? Until
Well, until a
they were
helicopter-
almost at the top.
Right. The helicopter came because what they did was they were inside and then they would climb all the steps on the inside.
then they
and
climbed
just
the
popped out from the windows.
Yes. And then
stuff.
they hung a flag up
And
there.
they hung up a protest
And then the guy
flag.
proposed.
I forgot what the flag said.
That
Yeah.
was, I don't know. But they proposed up there. And then she showed this amazing picture of like her ring with New York City in the background. So that was super cool. So the bar has been set, fellas, for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
For folks who want to propose.
You want to climb up on the
Yes.
tallest building in the world and and go to jail afterward.
I don't know if you're going to jail.
They went to jail. Yeah, they were arrested.
Yeah.
They were arrested right afterward. I mean, I'm sure they're not in jail now, but they broke the law,
Right.
A few times. You're not allowed. There's some things you can't do. You can't
Like
just
what?
do anything you want to do. Can't just go out there just walking around anywhere, climbing on anybody's building on the outside because you're a safety issue, first of all. And then because you don't want to, they don't want
You
nobody
said,
else
well,
to-
it's privately owned, the building is.
Yeah, but anybody can't just climb up. There's rules and there's laws.
Yeah. I
About-
mean, they got arrested, so.
yeah.
And then you do put people in danger who have to go up there and rescue you. So I
Right.
understand that
And
part.
then you're taking their time away from what they could have been doing, fighting real crime.
Eating donuts. Eating donuts.
Fighting real crime somewhere else.
So what about the USA winning? The US
Woo!
FIFA, go USA.
Yes. That was awesome.
That's the one? Okay, there
There
we
we
go. Okay.
Yes.
Took you a little bit to get on there, but that's
Little
all
bit.
right.
That's all right because but we give them props.
Yes.
USA, FIFA.
USA, yes.
Woo-wee.
So we play again on Monday versus Belgium.
Yep.
Yeah.
Belgium.
In
On Monday.
Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
I'm definitely going to stay up and watch that
It's
one.
a
I think
great
it's
team.
late.
I don't really watch FIFA that much.
No?
Now I'm understanding it a lot, a lot more because it's not popular here in this country, which it should be. They call it football because you're kicking it with your foot.
Yes.
We're passing a ball, but we still call it football. I don't know.
That's American football.
They still don't have it together, right?
It's American football. It's not like football. So that's
Yeah.
why it's a different name to it.
Yeah,
It's American football.
I would say, I could say that.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you what, it's exciting. It's exciting because
I can't believe that you're watching it.
I've been in it.
Are you guys watching FIFA? Come in the comments. Let me
Anybody
know if you're watching
watching
FIFA. The USA, we won against, who did we play?
Well, we played, I think, Bosnia. Then we played.
We
Bosnia?
played whoever we played. We won. It was 2-0 at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was. It was Bosnia.
And we play again on Monday, 7-6 against Belgium in Seattle.
in Seattle, in America again. They've been.
So we won.
Yes, they've been packing these stadiums.
Good
out.
evening. Good evening.
prices
Come in the
is
comments and say
crazy.
good evening,
Isn't it?
people.
Yes, the price the prices are crazy.
Oh, for the tickets? Yeah.
Some of the people are really complaining because they're saying that the seats are like the real stuffed in there. They pay like they pay anywhere from-
$3,000.
Yeah, $3,000 for some seats, and that's up high.
I mean, it's FIFA.
So it's crazy. But we won. US won.
yeah.
So Monday we're coming in. We're going to be right now. We were at the 16th, so it's going to go down to the final 8. I think,
Yes.
and then it's going to go down to the final
Mhm.
4. I can't wait. It's going to be.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And the final game is in New Jersey at Giant Stadium.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yep. All the troops. I know all the troops are out there doing overtime. We're
Whoa.
working.
Okay.
Doing a lot of work
All right.
towards it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Black History moment for today.
Black
Well, we could talk
History
about so birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court ruled on Tuesday. That's one of our current affairs. The Supreme Court ruled on Tuesday to reject Donald Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship by executive order. He cannot do that. So it's reaffirming more than a century of legal precedent that babies born on American soil are
Mhm.
automatically
Mm.
American citizens. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so they're
DT.
automatically American citizens.
I mean, if you're born here,
they're born in this dirt, right? They should be. They should have every right for that. So that's
Yeah.
a good thing. What about the other thing they voted on?
what else they vote on?
Didn't they do something for the Olympics?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't.
said
I
that.
didn't see
Yeah,
that.
and the second part they voted on that same day. They said that they
I didn't
couldn't.
look that up.
Yeah, there's no if you are a transvestite or
Oh.
train
I'm
something.
sorry.
If you're a woman becoming a man, and if you're a man becoming a woman, you can't be a man on a woman's.
I mean, you shouldn't anyway.
Track,
Honestly.
but they do. They've had it. They
What
tried
sport?
it. And different
What sport?
in the what do you throw the big round ball? I think
The
that
big
was
round ball.
yeah, and then track.
Is that shot
Anyway,
put?
because the men's muscles are built differently than female muscles, and so you're going up against
Yeah.
a female. That's not fair. It should be just female. Whatever you
Women.
were born
Yes.
is what you should be out there on that track.
Who
Whatever
you
you're
should
born,
compete against.
sure, in hockey and
Unless
all the
you're
other
Bruce Jenner,
girls
who's going to
soccer,
beat you in a triathlon.
right? All the girls sports should be girls.
But yes, so
and they voted on that, and now too. So that's
okay.
that passed.
Okay, God bless. I was very passionate about it. Extremely passionate, but thank you all for tuning in. I am your host, Shireen Colson. Hey, cousin Cindy and Paula and Key and everybody who's watching. Come in the
Hey.
comments and let me see who's watching.
Yes.
Welcome to Beyond the Surface podcast, where life is lifing. On Beyond the Surface podcast, we talk about all things life and family and love. I am here as a vessel of God, Mike Jones, to empower, enlighten, encourage, and inform you of all topics that we discuss on this show. All the glory goes to God.
All the glory goes to God.
Praise Him.
First.
My feet are planted. Huh? Come
on
on.
now. First now. Come on.
And my head is to the sky. So thank you all for tuning in. Our Black History moment. It's a lot going on.
Black History moment.
On today.
Get it up.
The civil. What are you doing? Huh? The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed into law.
Which one?
The 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Yes.
Lyndon B. Johnson signed it.
Almost there. One more year, I was coming.
Oh,
they waited for me.
Yeah. So it is not that long ago, right? It says after JFK's assassination in 1963, it got passed. So
okay.
I mean, right now it looked like they're trying to dismantle it, but today is the anniversary of it getting signed by Lyndon B. Johnson. So, prayerfully we'll be able to keep our rights and vote. People, we got to vote. I mean, that's that. We're gonna need the vote. Out. Do you vote? Are you guys voters? Are y'all voters? Please be voters in the comments. Let me see if y'all vote. Do y'all vote? You guys are voters in the comments? I'm a voter. I vote didn't we just vote last month?
Yeah, we did.
I think we did. Like primaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Primaries. We vote in primaries. So yeah. We already talked about the Empire State Building. Did y'all see that? Did y'all watch that on the news? The Empire, it was live.
That was crazy.
And the guy went up there and he proposed to his girlfriend. And she had a very nice ring, and she took a beautiful picture on top of New York. So, yeah.
Yeah, they climbed for a living. So people thought they were just up there going crazy. No one knew anything until the helicopter got up there, and they're like, until they brought the ring out.
Yeah. We can go on to, because we want to get to our guests. We have Daniel Cressy here. So we want to get to him so that way we can get started. We want to do our affirmation. Have our affirmation there that we could do. Y'all know the drill. You know the drill. We're going to read it together.
We'll read it together.
We'll read it together. And I posted this earlier in the week, and I just wanted to share with those who did not get to see it earlier in the week. It was a little crazy, and they said that they are daredevils. Not that one. Can you put a different one up? That they were daredevils. That they go around the countries climbing these. So we're going to do our affirmation for the soul. Right? I love this little banner. Yeah. Okay. It says, I would rather adjust my life to your absence than adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect. I think that a lot of people need to take that and really engrave it into their soul. That quote is powerful because it reminds us that boundaries are not punishments, they're protection. Too many of us have been taught to shrink our standards just to keep people comfortable. We excuse disrespect because it's familiar. That's true. Because we love them or because we're afraid of being alone. But love should never require you to abandon yourself. Come on. If somebody consistently ignores your boundaries, dismisses your feelings, or disrespects your peace, it's okay to choose distance over dysfunction. Their absence may hurt for a season, but constantly sacrificing your self-worth hurts longer. Sometimes the healthy decisions isn't convincing someone to change. It's accepting who they are, who they have shown you they are, and giving yourself permission to move forward. Protect your peace, honor your values. The people who truly love you won't ask you to betray yourself just to keep them in your life. Right? I love that. So, guys, have you ever had to choose your peace over a relationship? Have you ever had to choose your peace over a relationship? I did. I know people who are what do they call them? The cutoff people, right? They'll cut people off real quick. Yes, I know those people. They'll cut folks off quick. They'd be like, nah, I'll cut them off. Or I know those folks. They seem very peaceful. You like it, I love it type of life. That's who they are. So, I mean, I give space myself.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if somebody's getting on my nerves, then yeah, I give space. Away, far away. But yes, yeah, we're ready. Are you guys ready in the chat to hear Daniel? Come on. You have your you said I'm the people. Key, yes, Key is the people. Key will definitely distance herself to keep her own peace about herself. I admire that about people. That's very, yeah, your barber is one of them. Yes, my barber. My cut look good, right, y'all? It's my barber. Yes, I do. I distance. I'll be like, I don't want to say I'm an introvert because I'm on here, right, but I do like to spend time alone. Oh, Cindy said me too. Paula said me. Okay, so these people are out here. They're out right. They'll protect their peace. You have to, though. Like, people will take advantage. They'll take advantage of you and your peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, protect your peace, baby. So next up, do you want to play the video? Okay. Yes. So next up, we have our guest of honor. Guest of honor, we have. You ready? Okay. We have Daniel Cressy up. Today's topic is about the first person in the state of Louisiana to be functionally cured of sickle cell disease by gene therapy. So we're going to play a little video and then we will bring him on. He is 23 years old. He is the president of Privileged Pilots Project. It is a nonprofit. And if you go on, we have his Instagram up. So we will show that to you guys in a little bit. And we have some great news. We're going to talk about his story. We're going to talk about his journey. And we're going to talk about him in aviation. He is exhausted. He has been on all the news all over. So
emotional day as a 23-year-old New Orleans man rings in a new future at Manning Family Children's Hospital.
23-year-old Daniel Cressy became the first person in Louisiana to be functionally cured of sickle cell disease through gene therapy. That means the disease is no longer active in his system. Cressy says that his dream of becoming a pilot was almost taken away from him because of this blood disorder. He says it was tough, a two-year journey under this procedure, and he wants to pay that forward with his own nonprofit to help other people going through sickle cell treatment.
This entire journey was the hardest thing I've done in my life. And the reason why I work so hard with our organization, Privileged Pilots, is because I don't want anybody else to have to experience the loneliness and the uncertainty and the hopelessness that I felt a couple of years ago.
Someone's ability to access treatment and potentially cure should not be defined by their zip code. People in Louisiana deserve the same opportunity as people anywhere else in this country. The people living with sickle cell disease are here. They are our neighbors, our friends, our families.
Doctors say the therapy uses a patient's very own stem cells that have been edited in a lab so they no longer produce the defective cells that cause the disease. We're told around 3,000 people in Louisiana have sickle cell disease. That is the highest rate per capita in this country.
Emotional day is.
Whoa. For Daniel, navigating the gene therapy process wasn't just an act of hope. It was a mission. What should have been a straightforward medical journey turned into a long emotional process filled with obstacles that highlight the very issues we're trying to change. To qualify, Daniel had to prove that he was medically in need of the treatment, which required documentation of multiple hospitalizations within a 2-year period. Even after meeting that benchmark, insurance approvals was not immediate. There were layers of prerequisites, intensive scans like MRIs, with contrast psychological evaluations and extensive lab work, all before the real wait began. Then became the hardest part, waiting 6 more months for final approval. Let's bring him on. Yes. Welcome to the stage, Daniel Cressy, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good and excited to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Clearly you've been all over the news, all over, like, how has that experience been? Overwhelming? Because it seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I get a lot of contacts each day. I find myself on Gmail more than anything nowadays. I also find myself talking to many reporters throughout the days and weeks, and just a lot of meetings. It's all great. I think that they're doing a great thing sharing this story. But I'm a little exhausted because I was texting this lady I met with at Tulane about some things we're working on, and I was just expressing to her that I'm exhausted from dealings with the whole Federal Aviation Administration, and I was expressing how this is all great, right? But I look at the thing that I want most, and that's to fly, and it's just been such a difficult and long journey and process, and I gotta wake up every day and keep going. So
let's talk about that, because your dream is to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Right. So how long have you had this dream? Like, is this as a kid?
No, I didn't discover this career until I was 19 years old in 2022, and so it's fairly recent. I was an adult when I found out this is what I wanted to do. I was in college. I had already did a year of college, and then I was transitioning into my second year, and I kind of realized that I don't want to pursue whatever it is I was studying in college.
Right.
Because I had, like, over the summer, I had kind of did a little bit of shadowing of the field, and I thought to myself, I'm like, this is going to be something I do for the rest of my life. I want to at least enjoy it.
Right.
And I didn't enjoy that. And so I saw some things online about aviation, and I found out that you can become a pilot as a civilian. I thought only military personnel was able to become pilots. That's what I thought. And so I was informed that that's not the case. And it is something that I can do outside of the military. And the reason I was so confident that I can do it is because in 2022, I saw my potential. I had sold real estate, and I was 19 years old, and I had successfully flipped a contract and made 5 figures off that contract. And then I also got my commercial driver's license, my Class A, and I saw that I can drive an 18-wheeler. And so at this point, you can understand that a 19-year-old had just accomplished 2 pretty big things. And so my confidence was through the roof, rightfully so. And so I started taking flight lessons later that year, and I fell in love. I was also good at flying. I'm still good at flying, but I was really good at flying when I was training. And so it was It was a match made in heaven. And then, during my training, I found out that I can't fly because of sickle cell, and that led me down this path that I'm
So
in
was
right
that
now.
from like a blood test that happened that you were
No, it's I can't fly because of sickle cell, not because of anything I've done. They
right,
just
right.
don't trust it.
Gotcha.
There's
Okay.
really no explanation from them. There's no real
Yeah.
evidence.
So they're just saying
I have a
because you have this
vaccination.
illness or had, you cannot
Yeah,
have a
it's
pilot's
just off the
license.
simple fact that I have this illness.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, did that push you to go find like what the cure is, or if there is a cure, or try to like the pilot's license was your driving force?
Yeah. So I when I when I was initially rejected, they weren't straightforward into how I can overcome this.
Hmm.
They said, due to your history, we can't issue you a medical and we have no other solution. And so I inquired again and again, and it was nothing. But I knew that I could fly. I knew it.
Right.
I had already flown 53 hours with no complications. And I also hold a DOT medical. And the Federal Aviation Administration actually falls under the Department of Transportation. And
Oh,
so a DOT medical is actually more difficult to obtain.
that's what they
And so
say, right?
yeah. And so I have this very strong case that I'm actually safe enough to fly. But it's like going in one ear out the other. And so at this
Right.
point I'm like, I have to force them to give me a solution. And the only way that a civilian or normal person can force an answer from a federal agency or administration is to get somebody from the White House involved. And so that's what I did. I contacted the senator of Louisiana, one of the senators, and I had made an inquiry to his office. I told him my problem, and I made it a civil case because I believe that it was a form of discrimination to not allow somebody with sickle cell a solution. And when you think about it, sickle cell only affects Black people. And
Right.
so I had every reason to make this a civil case. And so once I composed my case and then got the senator's office to make the inquiry, then I finally got an answer.
Oh, now
Which
we
is
have answers.
crazy. So they had an answer this whole time. They just never gave it to me until somebody from the White House forced their hand. Which, I'm working on some things right now to get that fixed. But
Yeah.
basically their answer was, if you want to be considered, then you have to get cured. And they told me about this therapy that wasn't even approved yet, by the way. They told me to get cured with the therapy that wasn't
That's
approved.
not approved.
It was like a slap in the face. But it did get approved shortly after. And so I was pretty much the first one to be interested in it.
So does that take us back to December of 2023, where it says that you first asked your treating physician about the gene therapy?
Yeah. That's when I first made an appointment with my hematologist to get started on gene therapy, and that wasn't even easy. Trying to get gene therapy is a whole nother obstacle I had to overcome. So yeah.
Is it because when I read it says like with the insurances and getting all of that, like to get approved, like that was a challenge in
Yeah.
itself.
So the gene therapy was new at the time and very expensive. The starting price is $2.2 million. And that's just for the therapy itself. That's not even including all the appointments and visits and admission. You know what I mean? That's just the price of the medicine.
Is that the part where they send it out? Like they take your
Yeah.
genes and send them out?
Yeah. So you can imagine how insurance is looking at this case. They're like,
Right.
you want us to pay for this new therapy that costs over $2 million
That nobody's doing.
that nobody has done yet outside
Yeah.
of clinical trials. And so that was a major hurdle I had to overcome, was just trying to prove that I needed this therapy. Yeah, it's just was the longest process ever.
Yeah. So
It took about 9
where was-
months to get things started.
So where was your faith? Like, and I know you believe God. So where was your faith in all of this when all of this is going on with, you know, the FAA giving you issues with trying to prolong you getting your license, and then you go into your doctor for all of that? Like, how did your faith kick in?
Yeah, so I got really close with God in 2022. Started to see how God was with me everywhere I went. And my faith was tested in 2024. I was going through a lot of things personally, on top of trying to navigate a cure and just trying to fly. You know, flying was my therapy. When I was flying, it was my therapy, and they took away my only form of therapy. And so I'm 21 years old. All my friends are in college. I left college to pursue this.
Gotcha.
All
Right.
my friends are in college. I get my schooling stripped away from me. Not only is it my schooling, it's my career, it's also my therapy. I get all this stuff stripped away from me. And so I'm just, all I can do is look at God's past history with me and look at how good he's been to me. And I just have to stick to that and like understand that God does not give you problems that you can't overcome. And God will not take you to a place, show you a place, take you very far in that place and never give it back to you. You know, he'll show you something and then he'll take it back. But it's to build you, it's to make you trust him more. And I just had to tell myself this. I was in church every week.
Yeah.
I was fasting. I was at Bible study every Wednesday. I was doing whatever I can to not feel alone.
Yeah.
And God's been with me at my lowest point. And
a lot of times that's all we can do is depend on him and trust him. And sometimes we will be in those situations. Like that's it. Our only hope is him.
Yeah.
So were there like any fears and doubts while you were going through? Like, can we talk about how the therapy worked really quick, or how the gene therapy worked?
Yeah. So the way that gene therapy works is they take your stem cells. They take it 2 separate times. First time was in July of last year. Second time was in September of last year. So they collect your stem cells. And then once they get enough, they ship it out to the pharmacy overseas. And then the pharmacy takes it and they use some sort of technology to edit your cells. They take the gene that makes your blood create sickle cells, and they pretty much cut it out. So now your genes only have the blood, or the gene that'll make fetal hemoglobin. That's essentially what they did. They edited my genes, and then they packaged it up and shipped it back to New Orleans, and then they admit me to the hospital. Once that comes back, I get chemotherapy to make room for my new stem cells.
Okay.
And then once my body makes room and clears out all the other cells, then it is infused back into me. It's literally a syringe. The cells come in a syringe.
Get out.
I kid you not. Yeah, it's just a syringe.
I thought it was like a whole long process of.
No, the when I got cured on March 18th of this year, it literally was a simple syringe push.
Wow.
That's it. And so that's pretty much how the therapy works. I mean, I was in a hospital for 6 weeks, but those 6 weeks pretty much flew by.
That's 6 weeks after.
Yeah, so I got admitted March 9th, and I got discharged April 21st.
April 21st, my mom's birthday.
Mhm.
That's how I know. April 21st. Congratulations. So the cells had to go to this is Scotland?
Yeah,
Like across the country, across the pond or whatever it is.
yeah.
So they take them from you. They take your stem cells. They go to Scotland to go get edited, and then 3 months later they kind of get put back.
So yeah, they take my stem cells 1 month, well, one time, and then
One
3 months
session.
later they collect it again.
Gotcha.
And then after the second admission, typically they have enough
Yeah.
to send off to Scotland and then have the pharmacy edit it and then send it back.
And then bring it back.
Mhm.
So what was your most difficult moment during that treatment?
You talking about like while I was in the hospital?
Yeah, while you're hospitalized. During when they're drawing.
Yeah, the most difficult part, like once I got admitted, honestly, it was probably the food.
Are you on limited diet?
Yeah,
No. That's real though.
My diet was restricted. I mean, so as sickle cell patients, and I think most people with sickle cell as can attest to this, we go through a lot of very, very hard times when we have pain crises. And so this therapy that we get, the process of getting chemo and then the effects of chemo or whatever, those are the least of our concerns because we've been through acute chest syndromes, which is very severe. Strokes. Well, I haven't had any strokes, but some patients have strokes.
Yeah.
You know, and so we go through a lot. And so relative to those things, the 6 weeks in the hospital is like, that's why I say food, because I've been through way worse. So, I mean, and then also there's the effects of chemo, which is a very hard thing for me to deal with. Notably my loss of hair. I think hair is the way that I express myself. And I don't have that right now. And it sucks because I have to wear a hat or a cap everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But that's really it.
Will your hair grow back? Like
Yeah,
eventually?
it'll grow back eventually, but it's like watching paint dry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Yes.
I mean, not to an extent of you. So while you're in the hospital, I did see a picture of you like flying like a simulator. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. So
Can you talk
I have
about
a flight
that?
simulator. Yeah. I have a flight simulator, and it's pretty much almost 101 to how an aircraft actually flies, and you can do everything on it. Essentially, I bought it because I'm serious about being a pilot, 1.
Right.
2, I knew that there would be cameras. But 3, I wanted to make sure that I was being productive while I was in the hospital. And so I hadn't been able to like legally fly an airplane and take lessons in like over 2 years. Well, basically 3 years at this point.
Right.
And so I know that after this therapy, I'll be able to fly. I wanted to get a head start on getting myself familiarized with the aircraft again, because I already knew how to fly.
Right.
And so I wanted to have this so that I can stay proficient, stay aware of how to fly an aircraft, make sure that I build those muscle memories and what have you. And that was my main reason for buying it, is because I knew that I was going to start flying again. And so having a literal simulator helps you become a better pilot.
And it has foot pedals. It has all of that.
It has everything. Yeah.
So did you have a teacher? Because I seen a guy like.
Yeah. So that's my friend. So that's my friend and also a board member, secretary of Privilege Pilots Project. He flies private jets. He's 22 years old. He flies private jets, and so he knows how to fly an aircraft. He also used to instruct other students becoming pilots, and so he knows how to fly. He knows how to teach. He knows everything, and he's one of the people that keep me going and shows me that it's possible and what have you. And so he came down. He taught me how to fly instrument. I already know how to fly like visually. He taught me how to
Right.
fly instruments and punch and everything. He actually helped me set up the simulator while I was in the hospital. He's been a great addition to Privileged Pilots, and he's honestly the reason why Privileged Pilots is where it's at right now.
So let's segue into Privileged Pilots because
Yes.
I love what Privileged Pilots is doing. I think I have it somewhere. It's a nonprofit, it's a 501c3, and you are in the community, helping the community. Can you tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about Privileged Pilots?
Yeah, so Privileged Pilots is a nonprofit organization formed by two patients who have lived with sickle cell and also overcame sickle cell. And so the initial way that Privileged Pilots started is I created a varsity jacket in 2024 whenever I met Kyle. Kyle's another guy who's been cured with sickle cell during the clinical trial phase. And he was able to get his medical back and become a pilot. He's pretty much right at commercial right now. And so when I met him, I was like, bro, like we gotta make a group chat.
Right.
And then we made a group chat and I said, I'm gonna title it Privileged Pilots. And then a couple of days later, I said, yeah, I'm gonna make some varsity jackets for us with Privileged Pilots on it. Made the varsity. Then I went to this conference called OVAP, the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. Went to the conference. I wore that varsity jacket, and I also asked the question, "What are we doing for the sickle cell community who are trying to become pilots?" And nobody heard that question before, and so the whole board was interested in like connecting with us. And then the vice president of this organization asked, "Is this your brand, Privileged Pilot?"
Right.
No, I kid you not. He asked me, "Is this my brand?" And it wasn't. It was just a jacket.
Right.
But then I'm like, it could be a brand. And so I needed to go shopping, and I could have bought Nike, but I'm like, why not make my own clothes? And so I started making clothes for myself, and then other people got it. Those other people, one of them was Emmanuel Peterson, who's an influencer on Instagram, Ocho Manny. He posted the outfit, and then like 20 people were like, where can I buy it? And then so that kind of forced me on Instagram. And essentially, Privileged Pilots became a awareness brand. All we wanted to do was spread awareness on sickle cell because there had not been much resources, much information out there for people with sickle cell who are pursuing a career in aviation. And so all I wanted was for people to know about this problem that sickle cell patients face, specifically the ones who are pursuing a career in aviation. That's all I wanted. And then one thing leads to the next, opportunity after opportunity. And then we wound up going to this conference as an organization. This conference was over. Yeah, we were a vendor. We were an exhibitor. And so we were just selling our shirts and our hats and whatever else, and essentially sharing our story alongside our merch. And then so people were interested. I know people from American were interested, United. And so we wound up doing a presentation for American Airlines. And then the lady said, yeah, the vice president is going to be here watching and whatever, right? And that's the guy who like writes the checks. And then she asked, are you guys a nonprofit? And I said, no, we are not. So now I know we need to become a nonprofit.
Right.
And so, as a nonprofit, you want to make sure that there's a mission. And so the mission was simple. This treatment is very hard to access. To put it simply, the only treatment facility in the Gulf states is in New Orleans.
Because that's where you're at.
Yeah, no, the only treatment facility in the Gulf South is New Orleans.
Gotcha.
Imagine all the other people who want to get this treatment and can't access it because of their zip code. And so the biggest problem is getting access to this treatment. Transportation, financials, care during the process, not being able to work for however long after the treatment.
Right.
All these things are a problem. And so we wanted to find a solution to that problem. And that's why Privileged Pilots exist. As a nonprofit, we want to raise money to be able to assist patients to accessing this treatment, and so that these financial or area or geographical barriers are no longer a barrier. Right. And so that's our end goal. Our end goal is to have enough funds where anytime a patient is interested but they're far from the facility, that's not a problem. We can pay for whatever they need while they're undergoing this treatment. And so what I want to do is, obviously, as an airline captain or captain in any private jet, I'll be making a lot of money, right? And, you know, you can Google the amount that they get paid, but a lot of money. And I want to make sure that I use my money to fund this organization alongside other corporate sponsors and donors and what have you. But I want to really use my money to pour into this organization, as well as the book that I'm writing, A Blessing in Disguise. I want to use purchases, a percentage, maybe 20% of each purchase from the book to go directly towards our nonprofit, so that we have this asset that pours into our nonprofit, that pours into the community constantly. And then not only is that book helping the community directly, but it's also inspiration to everybody. And so that's kind of what my vision is with Privileged Pilots.
So that was a lot. I love the mission. I love the thought of trying to get people access to the gene therapy and access to monies, because a lot of times that is the reason a lot of people don't have medical insurance or health care. Like, that is one of the big hurdles that people have, is healthcare and being able to afford to stay out of work, to able to afford to go get the treatment, able to afford like taking care of your family, still all of that at the same time. So how can people help and donate to what you have, to your Privileged Pilots?
People like to support Privileged Pilots. They can go on our website, privilegedpilots.org, and they can go to our support the mission page, where they can look at about 4 different options to donate. There's a quick donate option at the top that allows people to donate via Square. And then there's also ways by Zeffy, which Zeffy is pretty much like Square, except you get a tax receipt automatically. And then there's also the traditional way. If people would like to write a check, they can go on our website and see our mailing address to receive those checks.
And you also have merchandise that you sell.
Yes, we also have merchandise that people can purchase. That I have it on right now. I have on a hat and some polos, and we also have some shirts
and a jacket. Right?
Yeah, I have a varsity jacket, which I don't advertise. I just kind of put that up there, but we have shirts as well.
Because I didn't see the varsity jacket though. I went on the website. I did not see the varsity jacket on the website.
Oh, really?
Is it on?
I don't know. I probably like hit it or something. I don't know, but yeah. Right. So I don't market it though. I kind of have that varsity jacket as like a 101 piece.
Oh,
yeah. So
I understand then.
Yeah, so I don't really market it or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
people
the
can
thing
buy
that sent you over.
Yeah. So if people can purchase merchandise or donate, either way is a support to our organization.
So does the organization like go into the community to talk to kids and go to schools or that type of thing?
So that's actually one of the big things we do is speaking events. My buddy Kyle, he does a lot of those in Atlanta. I work with Manning Family all the time, and then other organizations would like to, I had a lot of meetings today about future events that they're booking me for. And on top of that, we also attend conferences, aviation conferences. We went to OBAP last year in Seattle. We're going to, we went to Vegas for PAPA, which is a professional Asian pilot association. They invited us out there and sponsored us. And then we're going to more conferences that we've been invited to, like Women in Aviation and OBAP again in Chicago in August. And so the conferences is where we shine most currently, because we have our booth. It's like a boutique. And at this booth, we have information. There's the board there, Kyle, myself, and Emmanuel, all there to interact with the community.
Right.
And we have our staff, and we have our merch, and we have our photographer. You know, it's a great time to connect and really get involved with not only corporations, but also the community and educate them.
So while you're doing these conferences, are you also talking about like the plight of being healed from sickle cell and all of that?
Yeah. So actually, I'm going to be a keynote speaker at the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. It's their 50th anniversary. It's also American Airlines, who's the title sponsor. Their 100th year anniversary this year. And we're going to be giving a keynote speech about our stories and what just happened, the news, the good news.
That's
and our organization on stage at one of the luncheons. And it's going to be a pretty good time.
Yeah. So, and you were saying earlier when we talked that you have been all over.
Yeah.
Tell us not a couple, you like literally within the last month, you've been like all across the nation.
Yeah. Well, not across the nation, but I've been to Mexico, Atlanta, Vegas, and a lot of events in New Orleans.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to come this month. Council meetings, city council meetings. I know they're trying to get us to the White House as well, and some other things. So it's pretty booked and busy. All good stuff, though.
All good stuff.
Yeah.
Tim said, did you speak on your process? Yes, he spoke on his process already, sir. For those who just tuned in, this is Beyond the Surface podcast with Shireen. I am here with Daniel Cressy. He is the president of Privileged Pilots, and he is also the first person in Louisiana to be functionally cured from sickle cell. You call it an illness and not disease?
Well, it's a disease, but I just kind of use the words interchangeably.
Word illness. Okay.
Yeah.
I picked up on that, and I didn't want to like keep saying disease if that's not what. Yeah, I want to stay with what you're saying. So with the sickle cell, like in the Black community, it's super prevalent with us, and like a lot of people do not have access to the treatment. How is your business, your company, how are you guys going to the community, or are you going to the community to kind of give them access to tools?
Yeah, so a lot of these patients will first inquire about the entire process and what they can do to kind of get the ball rolling for them. And so as of right now, we mainly just talk to the community directly and inform them of the steps they can take to kind of get the ball rolling. And in terms of like tangible giving, we plan to create care packages and also work directly with hospitals to find patients who are actively consulting with them, actively getting the treatment, so that we may be able to provide them, financial assistance for the time that they're kind of down. And I know that there's this kid right now. One example is there's this kid right now who's about to get this therapy, and he had reached out to us and he said, how can I make the weeks that I'll be in the hospital go by faster? And I told him all these things that he can get. And so we want to be able to provide people like him those exact things, like such as a gaming console, journals, book, clothing, things like that. And then obviously, as we get more funding, definitely be able to provide him and his family financial assistance for just basic cost of living, like rent and groceries and things like that. Because you cannot work for at least 3 to 6 months post therapy or during/post therapy, and that can be a very, very difficult thing to deal with.
So after you get the gene therapy, how does your body feel? Because I was curious about that, like the difference. Do you feel the difference like immediately after the syringe, or is it like a couple weeks? Or I
No,
know this
it
is me
takes
opening.
time. It takes time. You know, when I got discharged from the hospital, my hemoglobin was at like a 9.2, and right now it's at a 16. And so that took time for that to happen. But how do I feel now? I feel great. I'm at the run club.
Oh, the
That's
one,
something I couldn't do before,
right?
and so it just kind of shows you how things are. And that's another thing I wanted to add. So we also plan on doing blood drives. We actually had a meeting with the Run Club and the Blood Center today about doing a blood drive for the Sickle Cell Awareness Month in September. And this will be a great way to, fundraise, but also get blood so that, hospitals can have access to the blood. Because I had to get a lot of blood transfusions during this entire process. So I know how much blood it takes to get a patient to the point they need to be.
So is that something that we in the Black community should be doing?
Yeah. Everybody should be
these
doing
blood
blood if
drives?
they're able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen like I want to say in my lifetime, maybe only 3 like in my community that I've ever been aware of. So maybe that is something
Special level.
we need to. You said that. So is it you got
Anybody can't just give.
anybody can give or anybody can't give?
Well, anybody who doesn't have any chronic illnesses or blood disorders can give blood. Basically any healthy person can give blood. And so
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to work on something. So is there any age limit to getting the gene therapy?
Yeah, there is. You have to be at least 12 years old.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I mean, so when you have sickle cell and you grow up with it, you initially know you have it like a little bit after birth, after you're born?
Yeah, so there's the newborn screening, and that's pretty much when they find out if a baby has any genetic disorders or inherited disorders.
Okay. And it'll come from like the parents. Like if they
Yeah. So both of my parents had sickle cell trait.
Gotcha.
And so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about like the pilot part. You have good news because we've been texting, right? So you passed the test. You passed.
Oh yeah. I just passed my private pilot exam. The written part. There's 2 parts to you have to take a written exam, and then the practical test where you actually go flying. So I passed the written exam, which is a big hurdle to overcome because that's one of the hardest exams to take.
As a congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. And so I recently passed that. Now I'm at a point where I'm focused on getting my medical back to get back in the air. And I was talking to some medical examiners who have connections to the FAA, and they were saying that it can be a while before I get my medical, which is like something that I'm working on.
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
We'll definitely keep you in prayer for that. And what you're already talking to your senator and all the rest of that. So hopefully they can kind of push some things through. So I don't want to keep you any longer because I know you've been interviewing all over the place. So I appreciate you coming on. Do you have any words you want to leave with the viewers who are watching? Like, how can they support you? How can they support anyone with sickle cell? So with Privileged Pilots.
Yeah, I think the simplest way to support is to, one, share our organization and share what we're about, but also just any purchases or donations directly help us expand our mission. And they can go onto our website, privilegedpilots.org, and go to our support the mission page and find out how they can donate. And they can also email us. All of our contact information is on our website. And so if they would like to directly communicate with us, they can do that.
Yes, and the just so you guys are aware, the viewers, the Instagram is Privilege Pilots. It's a circle, and then it's the wings, same thing that's on your hat. So I think I have a picture of it. Let me see, so I could throw that up so people go. Ooh. There, here it goes. So everyone who's watching, this is where you can go. On Instagram to Privilege Pilots. There is the website right there, privilegepilots.org. You can click on there, and then that will take you to all of where you can go to see where you can donate, where you can purchase merch, where you can support the cause. So, Daniel, thank you for coming on.
I have a question for Daniel.
No,
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, Daniel, how did you know that you had the sickle cell? Did it hit you when you were younger? Said, and then was it a certain pain? Only reason why I asked is because I lost my brother from sickle cell, and he had a disease and it turned into cancer. He was age 42, and he kept saying he felt this pain in his back, and he never knew what it was. So he didn't really follow up on it because as Black people, we don't really follow up too much on stuff like that. We feel a pain and we just think that it's we ate some bad greens or something the night before, so. Is there some way that people know that they may have, can show that they may have the disease, that they can get a head start on it before does it show itself somewhere? Because a lot of our folks don't know about it.
Can people find out if they have the disease?
Yes. Is it like a blood test to take?
Yeah, it's as simple as a blood test, and usually they do it at birth, like nowadays. But if anybody wants to double check if they have the trait, they can just book an appointment with their physician and get a blood test.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because they don't normally test for that.
No, he said they do, like now, but you're 23, so
Yeah,
maybe if
yeah.
somebody is older,
Mhm.
older would have been 50, but they would probably already know, I would guess, if they've had like the pain and all the rest of that.
Yeah, I lost my
Yeah.
brother's best friend, and he didn't know anything about it. Didn't hear about it. I couldn't tell him anything about it, so I didn't know where is there a platform somewhere that even teaches Black people, about sickle cell, and so that they may be pursuing their dreams as you have, and and then think that this disease can keep them down, but they can actually, put the work in that you have to be cured.
Oh, Tim said the Red Cross screened his blood for the trait. So yeah.
Okay.
So what's the plan while you wait for medical clearance? Oh, good question.
What's the plan?
Touring.
Well, we're really busy with just events and council meetings and all these other things, right? So that takes up a lot of our time. But on top of that, just continuing to share our stories, raise money, give back to the community. But for me personally, I'm going to continue studying and practicing on my sim.
Mhm.
In addition to working on this book, I want to really get this book published. Well, I have to be my illustrator, but get this book illustrated and published. And so I'm working with some people from Tulane and Manning family to get this done. And I want to get this book distributed all over the state and eventually all over the world. But
is that this year? The plan's this year?
Yeah, I want to have this book ready, and well done very, very soon. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. All right. I love it. So yes, thank you for coming on. Congratulations on passing your written test. Congratulations on being healed. And I look forward to following your story some more. Tim, look at Tim with questions. Are you giving, what does he say? Are you giving emotional support to those undergoing therapy? Tim, are you not? Sir, we went over this question already. Yes, he is. He's getting inboxes from people, and he is helping them, like people who are on the same path that he's on. I mean, I didn't want to answer your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know that you're exhausted, so I don't want to keep you on. So thank you again for coming on. This is Beyond the Surface podcast with your host. He said I came late. I know. This is your host, Shireen Colson. Next week, we have Jessica Sarter. She is with Castle View Wealth, and we are going to talk about financial literacy. So thank you again. Come on, if y'all need help with your money.
Is it next week?
And yes, next week. It's next week, the 9th. If you need help with your money, if you got a little piece of change in your pocket, in your pocketbook, or your wallet, or your bank account, come and listen next week. So that way Jessica can just tell you not to put it on TikTok and Amazon. She's going to tell you how to save it and multiply it. So yes, thank you for coming on again, Daniel. And I'll be texting you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. You too.